Principal ADIT, and Convener ESII Cell, Dr. Amit Kumar Patel, Registered Indian Patent Agent and IP Law Practitioner, Dr. Yashwant Patel Sir, Co-Convener ESII Cell, participants from CVM University, Constituent colleges, teachers, and dear young innovators. On behalf of Charotar Vidya Mandal University, Entrepreneurship Startup, Incubation and Innovation ESII Cell, myself, Professor Devang Shah, welcomes you all for a webinar on patent searching and patent system in India. The online webinar is organized by SSIP Cell of A.D. Patel Institute of Technology, a Constituent College of CVM University. Charotar Vidya Mandal University has 20 constituent colleges with more than 10,000 students and more than 500 faculty members. This event is possible with the blessings from Engineer Shri Bhikkhubhai Patel, President of CVM University, and with constant motivation and support of Dr. Vishal Singh Sir, Convener ESII Sir. Now, not taking much of your time, let me introduce today's speaker, Dr. Amit Patel Sir. Amit Patel Sir is a young, enthusiastic personality. He is registered Indian patent agent and working as an independent IP law practitioner in the domain of patent, trademark, copyright, and design. He is also serving as advisory and course strategy planner for numerous startups, MSMEs, industry associations, academic institutions, and universities for innovation culture buildup and strategic application of IP and IP portfolio building, and guiding them for strategic partnership for IP registration. Sir has completed MPharm with specialization in pharmaceutics from KB College of Pharmacy, Gandhinagar in 2010, and having a vast experience for doing IP practices and worked as assistant professor, IPR patent, in a leading university in IPR cell activities at GTU for a period of 7 years. He is deeply interested in the field of intellectual property rights and patents, and presently doing PhD on the topic of patent commercialization. Now I like to invite Amit Patel Sir for the session. Amit Patel Sir.
Thank you very much, Devang Sir, for the brief introduction. And before I actually start my session, I'm really thankful to ADIT, CVM University, Vishal Sir, and all the organizers for inviting me over here and sharing my thoughts and spreading IP knowledge with all of you. First, on the outset, I would regret to have some technical errors and to join this session on some delayed time period. So now, without wasting much time, we can start our session. Is my screen visible to everyone? Please confirm.
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, yes, dear all students, faculty members from ADIT Institute, CVM University, and participants from other institute and organizations. Warm good morning and greetings of the day to all of you. So, we are going to discuss about patent search and patent system in India during this webinar, which is jointly organized by the ADIT and CVM. Right? So first of all, try to understand the patent. Patent is a part of intellectual property right. And as the name indicates, intellectual property right. This is something related to human mind creation, intellectual, something created from the brain. Then a property. Whatever you are generating from your brain, your ideas, your thoughts, your creations, inventions, that actually you can own. But the challenge over here is these thoughts and human mind creativity is intangible, which doesn't have any physical form. Can you see that what is going on in my mind or a person sitting behind you, right? What is going on in his mind? This is, we cannot see. And that's why the thing which we do not see, how we can prove that, that is my ownership, right? So the biggest challenge for the human mind creativity is its intangible nature that doesn't have any physical property. Say for example, if you have a plot of land, if you have a building, if you have automobile, you can see from your mind or your eyes, and then you can say, yes, the plot on the crossroad, this automobile, car or a bike or this building is yours. But when it comes to intangible assets, the challenges are quite different. And that system for the taking ownership for the human mind creativity is known as an intellectual property and rights. So right gives you the freedom, what you can do with your property. You can sell out, you can license, you can transfer to other, like your physical asset. So this is a very broader area, and it includes all the kind of human creativity, its ownership, and what you can do next with them. So as I said, intellectual property, that is with related to human mind creation. And this is the fundamental of IPR, or you can say the definition of IPR. It means that what IPR actually means is, it gives creator, the person who has actually think of, it gives creator an exclusive right. सिर्फ और सिर्फ उसको दिया जाता है, बाकी सबको exclude कर दे. An exclusive right to the creator for the use of his creation. And these rights are the time bound right. And these are only granted by the government, right? So you cannot say that a patent will be granted by the university, granted by institute, granted by any professional. They can only and only granted by the government. And another important aspect of IPR is they are territorial in the nature. It means that if you have created something from your mind, your thoughts, your ideas, your invention, innovation, or anything, right? You need to protect it by means of government laws, and they have a territorial in the nature. Means in whichever country you will file it, they will valid only in those countries. So say for example, if you have invented solution for one problem and you need a patent protection for such invention. So if you have filed that invention only into India, it means that that patent is valid for Indian territory only. Right? So उसका conclusion ये भी निकलता है कि if you have filed only in India, it means that Chinese people can replicate it and they can sell out the same product into across all the countries of the world except India. Right? And reverse is also true. What it means, if any great scientist has invented a really good product or processes or make really good inventions in the USA, Germany, Japan, Korea, Israel, or great innovative countries, and if they have not filed their patent into India, all the Indians, all the Indian MSMEs, all the Indian startups and government itself, all are free to use those technologies without taking their permission or without taking without paying any money to them. So IP rights are territorial in the nature. Now, there are a number of IPRs. All of you have heard about patent, trademark, copyright, designs, integrated circuit, geographical indication, and trade secret. So these are different type of IPR. IPR is a superset, and all these are the types of IPR, or you can say subset of the IPR. And they each protects the specific type of human creativity, right? Likewise, patent protects the inventions for product and process related inventions. In the next slide, we will see briefly what type of each type of human creativity can be protected by which type of IPR. But these are the different types of IPR. Now understand fundamentals of IP rights. There are, you can say, fundamental characteristics of the IP. And this says IP is first of all for the intangible asset, the thing which doesn't have any physical form and which you cannot see. So IP is for the intangible asset. They are also transferable like your physical asset, like the ownership for the building, land, vehicles, how you transfer from one person to other. In the similar manner, you can also transfer the IP rights from one person to other. They are territorial in the nature, country specific. And government gives you these rights in exchange of something for something. Say for example, to get a patent, government has a mandate that you need to disclose all the base known technical details to yourself in the patent document. So in exchange of full disclosure of your project, government gives you those exclusivity, right? So something for something. And government has also given certain limitations and exceptions. Say like that, something which is contrary to natural law, something which is harmful to the society or human civilization, even though they are satisfying the patentability criteria, they are not patentable. Say for example, there are debates going on, there are many newspaper reports which says that corona is a virus developed by the China in the laboratory, right? So this is also a human mind creation, but which is harmful to the society, harmful to the civilization. And that's why they cannot have a patent on such creations, right? So government has also made some certain exclusions and limitations. These rights are time bound in the nature. Patent has a validity of 20 years. Trademark has a lifetime, perpetual validity, if you continues to get it renewed. And this gives you the exclusive right and monopoly, right? These are the rights given exclusively to you and all others are excluded. And which gives you the monopoly into the market, and that's why a competitive advantage into the market. So in terms of, say for example, you goes for a copyright protection, trademark protection, design protection or patent protection, which are ultimately a human mind creation, intangible in the nature. But whenever you are following the set procedure by the government, you follows the requirement of the statutory laws, right? You make an application, go through all the requirements, and at the end, government gives you these certificates, right? With a national emblem. This, a pink color certificate for the grant of your trademark, a kind of light, very light blue color certificate for the patent certificate, a green color certificate for the design, and the white color certificate for the copyright. So whatever you are applying to the government, you follow certain rules, you follow requirements, and at the end, government certifies that yes, we gives you the exclusive right for say technology, trademark or copyright via such kind of certificates. IP is useful for all the stakeholders of the society, from individual person to startups to institutes to universities to MSMEs to the governments and all the persons, right? So it is not say that I am a commerce guy, I am an arts guy, I am an engineer, I am a pharmacist. I am the chartered accountant. It is not so. IP is everywhere in your life, right? And it is useful and applicable to all the persons. And importantly, it is involved and it plays a role in all technical domains in all the industry types. This is not only limited to the engineering field. This is not only limited to the pharmaceuticals. This applies to everywhere, right? Everywhere, in all technical domains, in all the industries. Say, for example, your simple mobile phone, right? Or your specs, or a watch, or a shoes, or your clothes, or your food. Everywhere, each product can be protected by multiple types of IPR. For this phone, it would be manufactured by XYZ company. That means it has a trademark. इसके अंदर जो 4G टेक्नोलॉजीज आता है, वायरलेस टेक्नोलॉजीज आता है, टच स्क्रीन टेक्नोलॉजीज है, पावर टेक्नोलॉजीज है, बैटरी टेक्नोलॉजीज है, दे आर प्रोटेक्टेड बाय द पेटेंट्स. इसका जो बॉक्स पैकिंग आता है, इसके अंदर जो प्रोडक्ट लिटरेचर आता है, इसका जो सॉफ्टवेयर काम करता है, that all can be protected by copyright. How it looks like, that is protected by design, right? So with respect to all the goods, your specs, your clothes, your shoes, your watch, your tablet, your computer, or anything, right? हर किसी के लाइफ में IP plays an important role, knowingly or unknowingly, right? Now, moving to next phase of our presentation, IP system into India. So, as I said, IP rights are granted by the government. So this is IP in all the countries, not only in India, but all the countries in the worldwide is ultimately governed by the government. And as this slide says, this is national emblem, government. So how it is governed by in India? Ultimate authority is Government of India. Under Government of India, there are multiple ministries. HRD Ministry, Defense Ministry, External Affairs Ministry, Home Ministry, Finance Ministry. Like that, there is one more ministry, Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Under that ministry, there is one department, DPIIT, Department for Promotion of Internal Trade and Tariff. And that department regulates the functioning of the patent offices, right? IPR offices. And those IPR offices regulates the act, performance, or कोई भी application आता है उसका grant. All the statutory requirement are to be followed and managed by those IPR offices. And that's how the IP system in India is governed. And they governs this patent, design, trademark, geographical indication, and copyright. So what kind of inventions can be protected by a patent? So look, friend, patent protects innovative product and process, right? If you have created all new product, all new process, that can be protected. Or even if you have made a very small change into existing product or a process, that very small part of change can also be applied for a patent. So for getting patent, it doesn't mean that only we have to create the rocket science kind of inventions, right? There is no such limitations in the Patent Act, and government permits even very small kind of inventions. And that is, we Indians are doing great kind of inventions, and because of this kind of lack of awareness, we are not filing patents for our inventions. So patent protects innovative product and processes. Designs protects a new look of existing product and process, right? For our specs, there are 1,000 types of specs manufactured by each company. Types of shoes designs, those are protected by designs. There are hundreds and thousand types of furniture designs. There are hundreds and thousand types of kitchen wares. There are 100,000 types of ornaments, textile products, watch, right? Automobiles, writing pen, pencil, instruments, your bags, all those, किसी भी चीज के external look में आप कुछ भी creation करते हो, all those can be protected by the designs. A trademark, a symbol of sign, When I say Apple, you are able to identify how its logo is. What is the logo of Reliance? What is the logo of Jio? What is the logo of Tata? What is the logo of Facebook, Amazon, or even smaller players, right? What is the logo of CVM University? What is the logo of ADIT, right? Likewise. So that is the symbol of trade, symbol of identity, and those can be protected by trademark. A geographical indication protects the goods from the specific or special geographical locations, having the specified characteristics, right? Sankheda furniture, Patana patoda, Nagpur orange, Tirupati laddu, Basmati rice, Darjeeling tea, Kolhapuri champal. All these are the type of geographical indication. First place is a location and second place is a good. We know that these goods are coming from this area and that's why they have a special kind of characteristics, qualities. And that gives you the greater trade advantage. And such things can be protected by geographical indications. Copyright protects all the types of expression of your thoughts. And this is very, very wide area, right? All the books, softwares, novels, a song, music composition, choreography, taking a picture, taking a video in your mobile phone, or writing a script for the movie, or even the cartoon characteristics, or TV serials, cricket match, or news telecasting agencies, or a radio, what is transmitted over the radio, all are protected by the copyright, right? Semiconductor integrated layout designs, all the kind of microprocessors, chips, right? And such kind of all inventions can be protected by this semiconductor integrated layout circuit of design. So these are different types of IPR and each protects special type of human creativity. And each device or each item around yourself, your textile product, your spec, mobile phone, laptop, automobiles, or writing, notebook, pen, electricity, or anything. One product is a combination of multiple types of IPR. It is not say that कोई भी प्रोडक्ट में सिर्फ और सिर्फ एक ही टाइप का आईपी आएगा. It is not so. One product is a bunch of types of IPR, and that is regarded as a good IP strategy, right? And this is the organizational structure of IPR into India. In India, we have one National Institute of IP Management and Training Institute at the Nagpur, right? We have a patent offices in 4 metro cities of the India: Kolkata, Delhi, Chennai, and Mumbai. We have a one design office for entire India, and that is located into the Kolkata. For the trademark, we have a 5 trademark offices, 4 into metro cities and 1 also into Ahmedabad. We have a one geographical indication for entire India, and that is into the Chennai. We have one office for the semiconductor integrated layout design protection, and that is at the Delhi, and one centralized copyright office into the Delhi. And this is how the IP system in India is governed. And these offices, as Kolkata caters for the design requirement and procedure of entire India. But with respect to patent and trademark, as per these offices' jurisdiction, they caters to multiple states of India, like this. Right? Mumbai office caters to these many states, and Gujarat comes under Mumbai for the patent requirement. Right? Likewise, different states are governed by and regulated and catered by these offices into our situated into our metro cities. Now, importantly, look, this slide gives a glimpse of different types of IPR. And to get those IP rights, what criteria need to be there in your creation or innovation? And if you get the patent, trademark, copyright, your invention would be valid for how many time period, how longer? right? So say for example, patent has a protection period of 20 years. And to get patent, your creativity should have these criteria: novelty, non-obvious, and useful. If your invention criteria, if your product or process qualifies just these three criteria, you can apply for patent, and on a grant, you will have a protection for 20 years. For a trademark is a indefinite time period. Say for example, Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is a 150-year-old company. You cannot start a soft drink brand or a cola preparation, and you cannot give that cola as a name like Coca-Cola, because it's a registered trademark. And that's why a registered trademark cannot be used by other persons for their trade, right? And to get a trademark, you need to satisfy the criteria of distinguished good and service. Design protection gives you the protection for 10 plus 5, maximum 15 years. And for getting a design, your product and process need to have a novel, ornamental, and aesthetic appearance of the article. Any kind of new design of an article, your ornament, spec, or कोई भी article का कुछ आप नया design बनाते हो, that can be protected by design, and which have a protection of 15 years. A copyright gives you the ownership for entire world. Like this gives you the country specific rights: patent, trademark, geographical indication, and design. But copyright gives you the worldwide protection, and it has a longest time period. You can say compared to the definite, right? Indefinite say comparison mein, it has the longest lifetime of the creator. If you are at the age of 25 and if you create something, any cartoon characteristics, novel, or a story, or a music composition, and if you create today, your copyright would be valid for your entire life. Say for example, you live for 70 years, 90 years, or 100 years. Your entire life, and after your life, 60 years after your death, and the benefits will be given to your dependents. And for copyright, the work should be original and the creative. Geographical indication is also indefinite if you continue to renew it. And for getting geographical indications, you need to satisfy the criteria of distinguished product characteristics due to geographical or manpower from a specified geographical region. You have to prove that this product is coming from this region and has a really great characteristics. Okay? If you prove those quality criteria with a documentary evidences, right, you can get this geographical indication as well. Now, this is important with respect to academic aspect. In India, we give much importance for the research publication than filing a patent. If our students are doing great work, we as a faculty member or our students themselves gives more importance for publishing a research paper than going for the patent. And what are their drawbacks, right? I tried to summarize those details over here, right? If you go for, say for example, if you develop something good, invention, product or process, which satisfies the patentability criteria. And if you go for a research paper way and if you go for a patent way, what are the advantages and disadvantages? So if you go for a research paper publication for the first, then a patent filing. So research paper gives you no ownership. If you have invented something and if you have filed first the research paper, आपके research paper के base पर, if any person creates a 50 crore industry or a 5,000 crore industry, he would be an owner, and you would be a just moral inventor or a moral ownership. You doesn't have a ownership, where in case patent gives you the ownership. This is yours. This creation is yours. Whereas For research paper publication, there is no criteria like a novelty. For the same topic, you can publish an article in one journal, other journal, and third journal and as well. Whereas in case of patent, novelty is the must. If you cannot stop other, if practicing your invention, if you have, as I said earlier, right? If you have filed a research paper और कोई बंदा आपके रिसर्च का यूज करके 50 करोड़ या फिर 1000 करोड़ का इंडस्ट्री बनाता है, you cannot stop them legally. Whereas in case if you have filed a patent, you can stop others for practicing your invention based on the infringement case. And also dramatically, for research paper publication, even for filing a research paper, you doesn't own the copyright as well. When you are submitting your manuscript, the journal owners, right, the journal people, they are asking to assign copyright to them. So they are not giving you the ownership right. Instead, they are taking over your copyright to them. Whereas in case of patent, they gives you the ownership. And there is no way, right, from patent to research paper, you can go. But from research paper to patent, you cannot go. So for any small inventions, as I said earlier, for getting patent, there is nothing like you only require to do a rocket science. There is nothing like that. If you are making a really very small change, one liner or one feature change in the existing product or process as well, you can go for patent and it will give you the ownership. Right? So this is the difference, and that's why if any of the students are doing great work, try to motivate them for going for the patent rather than going for the research papers. Now, for getting a patent, there are just 3 criteria: novelty, non-obviousness, and usefulness. If your invention is satisfying just 3 criteria from any technical domains, from agriculture, chemical industry, automobiles, pharmaceuticals, food processing, or any industry, right? All the inventions are judged based on just 3 criteria. And if your invention is satisfying under this criteria, you can definitely go forward for patenting. Now, don'ts to get a patent. If you have developed something really good product process or made a really innovative, very small change in existing product or process, and if you wish to go for patent, stay away from all this. And we as Indian academicians, we are maximally doing all these things, and which results into the novelty breaking of our inventions. And once the novelty is gone, your patent is gone. So if you want to get a patent, stay away from all this. Stay away from research paper publications, stay away from internet, newspaper, poster presentation. Before filing patent, you should be stay away from any of these things. First thing you have to do is go and file the patent application. And if you have filed today, you can make any of these things from tomorrow itself. You doesn't require to wait till the grant of your patent and then to do all these things. आपने आज फाइल कर लिया, कल से आप इसमें से जो भी कुछ चीज चाहिए आप कर सकते हो. Nothing to worry. Okay? Or not even after tomorrow. अगर आपने आज 10 बजकर आज अगर 11 बजे आपने फाइल कर दिया, from the 11 and 1 minute onwards, 11 बजकर 1 मिनट के बाद भी आप कुछ भी कर सकते हो. But first of all, you have to protect the date and the time. And before that, stay away from research paper, newspaper, internet, poster presentation, event, workshop, seminar, conferences, public fair, and even in today's time, internet era, what students or many a times we are doing is, we are taking the photograph, we are taking the video, how your project is working, what are the innovative aspects, and we are publishing on social media. And all these are breaking your novelties. As a startup, you should also be away from the production and marketing. Until and unless you file the patent application, stay away from all these things. Otherwise, all this will kill your novelty, and based on that, even though your project is no patentable, it will not get granted. Now, a patent search. Patent search. So, as the name indicates, a searching with respect to a patent, right? And this is useful for multiple objectives. This is useful for multiple objectives, and this answers to your many of the questions like understanding the competition. ये इंडस्ट्री में कितने प्लेयर्स है और कितने प्लेयर्स नया नया क्या क्या प्रोडक्ट लेकर आएंगे, वो अगर आपको देखना है, यू कैन एनालाइज द पेटेंट ट्रेंड. अवॉइड द पेटेंट इन्फ्रिंजमेंट. आपका प्रोडक्ट आप बना के मार्केट में लॉन्च कर दो और कोई आपको कोई सूट फाइल ना कर दे कि यू आर इन्फ्रिंजिंग माय पेटेंट. So before launching the patent, you should also conduct the infringement analysis. So that's why also patent search is useful. Write your own patent application. If you invented something new, और अगर आप पेटेंट फाइल करवाना चाहते हैं और अगर आपने आपके फील्ड के 10, 15, 20 एप्लीकेशन रीड आउट किए, it will give you the understanding how to draft your own patent. Generally getting idea of different parts of a patent document and which are useful for your own patent drafting. Learning more about the new field. Say for example, you are doing work in the nanotechnology and now you want to work for the application of nanotechnology into the paint industry, textile products or pharmaceuticals or agriculture or food processing. So those things you can learn from these patent trends as well. Save the cost of patenting process. If you are not doing the patent search and you just go for the patenting, so it will cost you the professional fees and the government fees, and there is nothing like a refund. So to save your cost as well, you need to carry out the patent search. Learn more about your field of invention. आप जो भी फील्ड में काम कर रहे हो, वो फील्ड में नए नए टेक्नोलॉजी क्या डेवलप कर रहे हैं, कौन कर रहे हैं, किस कंट्री से किस कंपनी कर रही है, ये सब जानने के लिए भी पेटेंट सर्च जरूरी है. मार्केट इंफॉर्मेशन. मार्केट में कौन सी नई प्रोडक्ट आएगी, नया कॉम्पिटिटर कौन है, नए टेक्नोलॉजीज क्या रहे, ये सब समझने के लिए भी पेटेंट सर्च जरूरी है. एंड टेक्नोलॉजी ट्रैकिंग. सो दीज आर द डिफरेंट यूज एंड एप्लीकेशंस ऑफ द पेटेंट सर्च. And prior art search. Prior art search is a broader area and which includes the searching into all the kinds of available information, which includes your research paper, your patents, your thesis, your newspapers, your web articles, your social media posts, videos, Wikipedias, a conference proceeding, a scientific fair, products available into the market and everything. And there is no single database in the world which includes the information of all the things on one single platform, right? And that's why there is no professional, no government agency or no expert can say that your invention is 100% novel or 100% patentable, right? So to the best of our capability, we have to carry out the search on different tools, and based on our assumption, we have to, if that satisfy as per our expert learning or the exercise, if we are able to identify that, yes, it is to the best of my exercise, to the best of the work I did, yes, I find it novel and non-obvious, go and file the patent application. And the same situation is government as well, right? So patent search or prior art search is a never-ending task, and no professional can give you the 100% honor guarantee for the same. Now, type of patent search. For the objectives, किस ऑब्जेक्टिव के लिए आप पेटेंट सर्च कर रहे हो, accordingly that is known as the type of patent search. If you are doing it to prove the novelty and patentability of your project, that is known as novelty search, patentability search. If you are carrying out search with respect to check the validity of any third party patent or your own patent, that is known as the validity search. If you are doing search to get analysis of your product is not infringing others' patent, or whether others' product is infringing your patent or not. Such kind of search is known as infringement search, clearance search, or FTO analysis. So before launching your product, you need to check any of your ingredients, any of your process, or any how you're full of the product, whether that is infringing any of the existing patent or not. And that search is known as FTO search, and this is to be conducted with respect to country specific, right? State of the art search or the landscape search to analyze what are the technologies in what technical domain, who owns how many patents, how many are granted, how many are in process, how many are the revoked, or how many are the invalid patents with respect to their time period of 20 years is expired or non-payment of the renewal fee. So those kind of search are known as the landscape search or the state of the art search. Now, patent document has a different field: title, abstract, publication date, applicant, inventor, priority details, claims, drawings, objectives. And all this information you can use for carry out your search to get answers to your questions. For carrying out the patent search, there are a number of tools available, of free tools as well as the paid tools. Right? And you can use them for your use. There are a number of free databases available, like US Patent Office database, European Patent Office patent database, Patent Scope by the WIPO, Indian Patent Office database, Google Patent, and these are the links. And this you can use for carrying out your own patent search. And there are a number of paid databases as well. And for getting access to them, you require to pay a subscription fee. But this gives you the competitive advantage, intelligence about the analytics. But at the same time, they are quite costlier. So you have to, first of all, as a beginner, as a learner, we recommend that you can start from the basics, from the free tools, right? And once you have a good skill over that, then you should go and take the advantages of the details or the extract, how you can get from the paid databases. So basic skills can be evolved, can be acquired from the free tools, and then you can move to the number of paid databases. For carrying out the patent search, there are identify the features. What are the novel features of your project, right? Then based on those features, you have to extract the keywords. What are the keywords? Then based on those keywords, you have to build the search queries. Then based on those search queries, you have to carry out search on the different free and the paid databases. So for identifying the subject features, you can use the problem solution approach. What actually problem you are targeting or your invention is solving, and what is the solution part, how you are overcoming those problems, and list down the keywords into these aspects: problem related keyword and solution related keyword, right? So this is useful for the features identification as well as for the keyword extraction. So keywords should be identified based on the problem, what problem you are addressing, how you are solving that problem, and how your invention will work. And answering these questions, you can identify the keywords. In what could be your keywords? Any word which satisfies these two criteria, which is essential and which is unavoidable. Any word which has these two criteria is your keyword. And once you have a set of keywords with yourself, you can use those keywords with a different operator, and or not, a different wildcard operator, question mark, asterisk mark, inverted comma, and the bracket. And using this, there are proximity operators as well. Those keywords where you want to search within the distance of 3 words, 5 words, 15 words in the same sentence or in the same paragraph. And using these operators and merging these different keywords, you can prepare your search string, and those search strings you can use on a different search platform. Free databases like Indian Patent Office, Google Patent, USPTO, Patent Scope, and like others. And a paid databases like PetSeer, Crystal Orbit, Total Patent, Derwent Patent, STN, and number of others, right? So you can go and carry out the search on those. These are different databases, okay? Now, steps for carrying out patent search includes there is no standard, right? There is no standard or a single way for carrying out the patent search, but we can say this is one of the recommended way how we are actually working for our projects, right? So identifying, first of all, identify the feature, what are the unique features, and from them extract the keywords. And based on those keywords, you have to list down the synonyms. And once you have a keyword and synonyms, you form your search string using different search operators. A proximity operator, Boolean operator, or wildcard operator. Then, based on them, carry out the basic search, and from basic search, identify the relevant IPC classes. And using those, also implement or apply those IPC class for your search, and try to identify most relevant and minimum number of documents. And once you have such results, go through them to identify the most relevant patent documents, and then search them to understand how your invention is novel compared to them, right? What is mentioned under them and how you are new. And what would be the difference? With those difference, you can proceed ahead for the patent filing. International patent classification, right? So this is alphanumeric language independent symbols developed by WIPO for the classification of the patents filed by the individuals, corporations, universities from all the countries of the world, right? And they are useful for the language independent, right? Say for example, we are saying water. We know water means pani, right? We understand from the English, but what to be called water in the Japanese, what to be called water into Chinese, what to be called water into the French or the German, we do not know, right? So, and these countries have a rule that to be filed, if you want to file patent into China, Japan, Germany, Korea, France, or multiple other countries, they have a minimum standard to file into their regional language only. So in such scenario, these language independent symbols are quite useful for carrying out the search. So all the technical inventions in the world are broadly classified into these major 8 sections. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, right? And this human necessity for A, performing operation transportation into B, chemistry C, textile paper D, fixed construction E, mechanical engineering F, then physics related into G, and the electricity into H, right? These 8 sections, and further they are under F. Say for example, F is for the mechanical engineering, lighting, heating, weapon blasting. After that F02 is a class, and that 02 is for the combustion engines, hot gas or combustion product engine plates. So combustion engine 02, F03, F05, F09. I said there are a number of classes. Under F02, again there are A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, different variants. Then 0D is defining controlling combustion engines. How to control combustion engine. Then after D, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 multiple variants. How you can control. So 41 is controlling by means of electrical control of supply of combustible mixture or its constituent. And after 41, again 02. How to control electrically, circuit arrangement, right? So like this F02D 4102. So any type of combustion engine control via means of electrical circuits. So this code defines such kind of inventions. And if you will search by this, if without any language dependency, it will give you all the technical domains into this field. Right? This is how section, class, subclass, main class, and group. And this is how they are classified. Section 1, right? So under one section, there are multiple class. Under one class, there are multiple subclasses. Under one class, there are main groups, 1/00 and like that. Under one group, there are number of subgroups. And likewise, they are classified. And this gives you how they are under one group, say for example, 1, right? 1/00. There are number of technologies. So this is one group, main group, there are number of group, and under there are also dependent groups. Like they are dependent. And look, this is the overall summarization of IPC classification codes. So there are 8 sections. Under each section, how many number of classes? So there are totally 131 class. Under each class, there are number of subclass, and under all section, there are 645 subclasses. And in total, there are more than 74,500 IPC classification codes, defining particularly very minute level of technical domains of all the industry domains. And that's why they are very, very useful for carrying out the patent search. Now, patent search, as the name indicates, for carrying out the patent search, you can carry out using multiple databases like PatentScope. It's a database by the WIPO, World Intellectual Property Organization. And using this database, and this is a free database, using this you can search for nearly 74 million documents. Means 7 crore 40 lakh patent documents can be searched freely using this single database. So very wide coverage and available at the free of cost. This is one of the really useful free database. A PatentScope, this is the layout, how it looks like. ESII. So this is a database by the European Patent Office. An important aspect of this database is using this single database, you can search for patent documents from more than 100 countries on a single platform. So this database also has a really wide coverage and available at the free of cost, right? So this is also very useful patent database to search for. Indian Patent Office database, our own India's patent, right? So if you want to search for the validity of any Indian patent or to carry out the FTO analysis, you need to search on this Indian patent database. Then a Google patent. Google patent is different than the Google search. Google patent gives you the searching with respect to the patents and research papers. So one of the search free database which gives you the advantage of searching the patent and research paper on the same platform, right? So this is also, but its coverage is comparatively lesser than PatentScope and the ESII. But this is also one of the recommended free database. PatSeer. So this is one of the paid database which also you can explore for doing the patent search. Crystal, total patent, STN, right? Or you can say IPgram. So there are a number of paid databases as well which you can explore for doing the patent search. Now moving to patent prosecution. If you want to get a patent, you need a patience. If you need a patent, you need a patience, because getting patent is a quite a time-consuming process. And in today's time, right, before 2014, there was a scenario that If you applies today for getting patent granted, it was taking nearly 7 to 8 years. But in recent government has made great changes into our act and great changes into the functioning of the patent office. And now, on today's time, if you are applying today, your patent can be granted within a period of 3 to 4 years. And if with a higher amount of investment, if you apply as a startup or if one of the applicant is a woman candidate, with a little more investment, you can also go for an expedited route and under which your patent can be granted within a period of 1 year. We have catered one of the invention whose patent we have supported and is granted within a period of 9 months. 9 months, and your patent is granted within a period of 9 years. So government is working really fast in today's time. So for getting patent, you require to go through multiple steps like application, then publication, then examination, then replying to examination report and taking part into hearings, and then finally your application will be granted. So these are multiple steps that you have to follow. You have to follow and satisfy all the requirements of government, and then finally your patent will be granted. So this one slide gives you the time period of 20 years. You can start by a provisional patent filing, then you have to file a complete specification within 12 months. And once you file your application, it will get published, right? And after publication, any person, if thinks that this is not a grantable invention, they can file a post-grant opposition. And after publication and post-grant, if there is any pre-grant opposition, the patent office will conduct an examination and they will give you the examination report. And after examination report, you need to file your reply. You need to give a justification to the patent office, how your invention is novel compared to those mentioned by the patent office in examination report. Then after those reply, you have to, if patent office still have any concerns, patent office will plan a hearing and you have to convince the controller, patent office, that's how your novel invention is novel. And at the end, once the patent office is convincing and you satisfy all the requirements of the patent office, then finally your patent will be granted. And once it is granted, you have to keep it renewed to make it live for a period of 20 years. Right? So this is all from my side with respect to the basics of IPR, how the Indian patent system works, what are the different forms of patent, prosecution timeline, and all those, right? So thank you all for the patient listening. Thank you, Devang sir, ADIT management, for inviting me over here and sharing my thoughts with all of you.
Thank you very much, Amit sir. I request any one of our faculty member or students, if you have any questions to ask.
Hello, good morning all, good morning. Mr. Yagnik is asking that is e-filing facilities available for provisional or complete? E-filing facility is available for both the filing, provisional and complete filing both. You can use it, but for using it, it can be used either by the applicant themselves or by the patent facilitators. For others, you cannot use your own account. And for using it, you also need a digital signature. Okay? Okay.
Anyone else has any question?
Sir, what is the time required to approve the Indian patent after the filing the application?
So, Mehulji, there are in today's time, right? before 13 or before 2016, there was only one route, right? That everyone has to follow. Now there are, you can say, a two route. One is normal route wherein your application can be granted. If you file all the documents as sooner as possible, your application can be granted in a period of 3 to 4 years. And there is also optional route available in today's time is a expedited examination route. You need to pay additional amount compared to normal route, and your patent will be granted within a period of 1 year. As I said, we had filed one patent application for one of our client, and we got it succeeded to get the patent granted within a period of lesser than 9 months, right? Lesser than 9 months, and patent is granted in your hand.
So there is one question from Ali Sagar.
Yes. So Mr. Ali is asking that what documents are required before approaching for patent. So before approaching to patent, you should be confident by your own self. Via conducting patent search on multiple databases, and doing patent search is not just a 2-hour or 5-hour exercise. It needs at least 2 to 3 weeks, right? Continuously for doing on the different databases. And then you will be confident that yes, your invention is novel. So once you are confident, then you have to prepare your patent draft, right? What is title, invention, drawings, claims, description, objectives, and all other official, you can say other administrative forms, right? And then you have to file to patent office. We have to renew our patent again and again. Yes, Mr. Shyam, right? So patent is valid for 20 years, and once it is granted, to make it valid for the 20 years, you have to keep renew annually. And for each annual renewal, you have to pay a fee to the government in advance. Say, for example, if I want to make my patent live for the 21, right? For the year 2021, I have to pay the fee by the end of December 2020. Okay?
Anyone else want to ask any question? I think it is done, sir.
So thank you very much again, Vishal Singh sir, right, Devang sir, all the participants, the management of ADIT, CVM, Viranchi sir, and all of you for patient listening and for inviting me and sharing my thoughts and learning about IP with all of you. Thank you all.